Engineering.
It's an aluminum 392 Chrysler,
Right.
like a 57 Chrysler.
The early Chrysler
The
motor.
early
This is
Chrysler
the one
Hemi.
that made all the hubbub. Okay.
Right. And this is the one that Ed first built it. Well, it's like an early 392 Chrysler.
392 Chrysler, and this
Yeah.
is the first one that he cast.
Yeah. And the main reason he did it was because the cylinder pressure that they were making was splitting the blocks, was
Where?
splitting the bores.
In what direction?
Well, they would just want to split this way,
No kidding.
and they would also break them into the water jacket, which they never used the water jacket in these things anyway. They either filled them with cement or just ran
I'd
them
heard
dry.
that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not from that era, but I heard they filled them with cement. I mean,
Yeah.
Just to get rid of the heat, huh?
Yeah, and to help support the walls.
The
Well,
cylinder walls.
yeah, so he came up with this deal. It's the sleeve is about a 1/4 inch wall thickness. I mean, it's really a strong sleeve.
Okay.
And what they can do is they'll have a bunch of sleeves already honed and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And in between rounds, if you scored a piston, and you messed up the bore, you just pull the sleeve out, put a new sleeve in, put a new piston in, and you're good as new. Now that's still being done in top fuel racing.
Okay.
And,
But that pretty much set the stage for that
yeah.
method of service.
Hmm.
How about that? Okay, we're going to tip this up and show you the bottom end of this thing. Okay, now going back to this skirt that you've come up with here, what?
Well, this is like a modular lower end. The main caps can be serviced individually. This side rail here bolts into the block. It's made out of 6061 aluminum.
So originally they didn't have this skirt on the block. These blocks originally came with a split line right down the.
Right. Well, and what they had was what we call the girdle, which was all of this was one cast piece,
Okay.
and it came off all together. And it was really strong, but it was a little difficult to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you wanted to look at your main bearings, you had to pull the whole
Take
thing off.
all of them at once.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the way this is made, if you break a rod, which you always do in a fuel motor, I mean it's just part of the game.
Okay.
It kicks out through here. You can replace this piece and save everything else.
So you stand a greater chance of recovering what
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah, this is kind of a sacrificial piece here,
Okay.
and it helps hold everything together. But if you lose a connecting rod, you're going to bust this out. Rather than try to repair it,
Repair your block, you can just put in
just put in a new
put
one.
another side rail on
Right.
it. Okay.
And
Call up Woody and say I'll take another.
Yeah, and these the caps themselves are made out of 7050 aluminum.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Is that a hard anodize on there?
yeah.
Wow.
And the main reason for that is for a barrier between the the two aluminums, so you don't gulp.
Okay. And what's the weight of this block? You got any idea how much this thing weighs?
Oh, this thing's about, what you're seeing there is about 160 pounds.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, all that power.
Of course, we make all our own fasteners and everything. It's you can see they're four bolt caps.
Now you're saying that the nostalgia guys are really hot for this type of,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, we have, well, the champion, the Nostalgia Championship was won last year with a car that uses this block.
This block.
Yeah. And he's running, now this is kind of they run on an 11-inch rear tire, which is pretty small by drag racing standards.
Okay.
They have a 671 blower, which is a pretty small blower.
Mm-hmm.
And they're limited, they can't have any high-tech clutches. It's just a slider clutch.
Just
High gear only, no transmission. And he's running, in the quarter mile, he's running like 5.7 seconds.
On gas?
No, nitro.
Oh, nitro?
Yeah, 5.7 and about 260,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty phenomenal considering what they have to work with. And this is a front motor, slingshot style dragster.
This is a dry sump again, is it?
No, this one, actually, they run most of these as a wet sump. Right here, you've got all your provisions to run your oil pump.
Mm-hmm.
And some guys run them as dry sumps, others running as a wet sump. This is
What's the boss on the side here?
where you would go to your remote oil filter. The oil comes out here and goes in here,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a fitting that bolts on there, and then you can run your AN lines to the remote oil filter.
Okay, and this is oil in
Yeah.
up here?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that pretty much covers it. Geez, Woody, I really would like to thank you for taking the time to show us all this cool stuff.
Oh, my pleasure.
And, thanks for having us out.
Thanks for coming.
See you around.